What's up, everybody? So this is Dustin, and this is our main living room kitchen area. So here is before we started really digging into the walls and everything. So we cleaned up everything, ripped up the carpet, and now we are looking at a little bit more demo. So here we're taking out all the drywall. Remember, we ripped everything down the studs and we built back. So this is actually the room that is with the bathroom. Here's Sandra taking out a cart. So we had to get about 3 dumpsters. And this is about a 15-yard dumpster. And I believe the costs were around $305. And then anytime you go over a certain weight, it was $55 more per ton. Totally a great idea. Like, that helped us out. It helped us get rid of the garbage quick. And it was actually super cost effective, to be honest with you. So here we have everything ripped down. That wall straight ahead is actually the other side of that is the bathroom, or the guest bathroom, I should say. And this is the wall we want to take down. But we're getting out all the drywall here. We did a quick layout of our kitchen and what we would like to do. We just used some scrap plastic wrap that we had laying around. Anything will work. You just got to get an idea of what you want to do. And then this let us know where we wanted to bring everything to the island. So we did want to have water, electric, and of course with water comes plumbing. So we had to put all 3 of those, sewage, I guess I should say. We wanted all 3 of those to be in the kitchen island. So to do so, you have to run all those lines, and it has to be underground. So we had to pick up or cut into the cement. So our house is a slab house. So the cement slab is about, I believe it's about 4 to 6 inches thick. I can't remember exactly, but this concrete saw, cut right through it. The depth of the blade was perfect. It's fairly easy to use this saw. It was a little intimidating because it is a big saw, but truth be told, it's very heavy. So it stays in place. It doesn't really run away from you. You connect it to a water line so that it lubricates the blade as it cuts through the cement. So keep in mind, this still creates dust, and it's a gasoline powered saw. So you do smell those fumes. I mean, this was a lot of cutting for us. It's the first time we've ever used the tool, so we were probably a little bit slower than a professional or someone who uses it constantly. So the house did fill up with some dust and some gas fumes, but we aired everything out, had a fan in the background. Keep in mind, you are connecting a water line to this. So what you want to think about is, where is that water going to go? So it does. Thankfully, there was 2 of us, so one of us used the shop vac and sucked up that excess water. Plus, our house was unfinished. There's nothing but a construction zone at this point, so we really didn't have any finished materials to mess up. So it didn't matter if the water got a little away from us, but we did use the shop vac. So keep that in mind if you go to use this tool inside your house. After we cut out the cement, we still had to break it up a little bit, so we had to rent a jackhammer to break it up into smaller manageable pieces, which wasn't a problem. Did take a lot longer than we expected, of course, always does. DIY times 3 to 5 times longer than what you expect, always. It's one thing we've learned. All right, so this is just some extra pictures of the area. After we got the cement out, we took the wall out, and then it was time to go ahead and start digging, because you want those lines to be in the dirt. You don't want to lay them on top and pour cement on them. They need to be under or in the ground. So that's essentially what we did here. We dug up some of that dirt. We also kept it at a slant, so for plumbing, for sewage purposes. Remember, everything runs downhill. So we wanted to keep it at a slight slope. And we have conduit for the electrical. We have our drainage line in the black. And then we also had our water lines, hot and cold, running to the kitchen island. Now we had to mix up some cement to refill it. Keep in mind, when you do this, when you're connecting old cement to new cement, you have to have an adhesive, you have to add it into the cement so that it helps adhere the old and the new cement together. I can't remember what the name is, but it was a white, it kind of resembles Elmer's glue. It's kind of like that white color, but you mix it in while you're doing this, while you're mixing the cement with water. You pour that in, it helps it hold it all together. So here we just leveled it off there so that this way it's nice and clean and the floor is level again. And then here after that, we are working on taking out some drywall. We're still in the main room here. This main room is the kitchen, dining, and living area. And we're taking away all the drywall because remember, we're ripping everything down to the studs and we're rebuilding back. It's really easy to take out drywall, super simple. The oscillating tool was a lot of help in this case, makes life easier. That is probably one of my most versatile tools that we have. I mean, it's just so easy to use, especially on drywall, makes life easy. We ripped out all the old insulation as well. One thing we wanted to do was spray foam insulation, which is a better R value, and it helps insulate, seal the house as well. So, because it comes out as a liquid and it gets into those cracks and crevices and then it starts to expand. So that really helps with pests. So when we did the demo here, we make sure you cover yourself too. When we did the demo here, we found a lot of insect droppings. We found dead crickets and lizards and scorpions. We found anything and everything in the walls. So that's why those spray foam was awesome to use. And then there's Sandra. But you can buy these kits, and then the kits mix together as you spray, and then that's what makes the chemical reaction. One thing, a little lesson to learn that we realized a little late is we spent a little too much money on this. One, it is more expensive to get the spray foam than it is the traditional fiberglass bats. But we bought these small kits that you could buy from Home Depot. I don't think they actually sell them anymore. I'm not really sure about that. But we bought these really small kits and we ended up buying like 3 or 4 of them, which are very expensive. They're several $100s. I think they were $300-400 a piece. Whereas if you find a commercial company, you can buy triple that amount in one kit, and then that kit would have been, half the price of what we did spend. But it's super easy to install. As you've seen, make sure you cover yourself from head to toe, and make sure you're protected even with your goggles too. That stuff sprays everywhere. All right, you do not want that stuff on your skin or in your eyes. And then you can see it fills up the whole cavity. The reason why I know a lot of people don't like spray foam because they do work in the future. They're like, well, what if you want to do some more electrical work in the future? It's a pain because it's covering up everything. You have to cut it out and all that. Keep in mind, we ripped everything down. There's not going to be much left, not much adding to this house. We redid all the electrical, we redid all that. So we shouldn't have to add anything in the future. Does that make sense? So that was one reason we also did it. We were like, we shouldn't have anything else to add. Yeah, there might be some stuff from time to time, but overall, we're not too worried about it. But here we just put up the drywall ourselves. I highly recommend putting up the drywall yourselves. And if you've never mudded before, hire somebody to do that. It is not the easiest thing to do. There definitely is a little technique to it. So I always recommend hiring somebody to do it. Just the mudding. Put up the drywall yourself, screw everything in. Screws should be about 6 inches apart. And yeah, we did all this, put it all back together. The reason why we didn't do that bay window over there was we still have some demo work to do there. Got everything patched up. There's me taking pictures of everything. It is so nice to get to this point of the project. It looks so clean.